Hello there.
Okay, these are the first leaks I'm actually really excited to talk about. It's not that I'm not excited about the other leaks and stuff like that, but these ones are a lot more concrete and actually show some of the designs of Godzilla and Kong and potentially their upgrades for the movie. And there's actually a lot of good news to be said and taken away from this. So if you guys enjoy my content, consider subscribing, and let's get into the video.
The Atomic Fair.
Now, just about 12 hours ago from the time I'm recording this, which is about 4 o'clock on Monday, July 10th, some toys were leaked out for Godzilla x Kong that show some pretty insane things. Yeah, I'm actually really excited about this. I think they're taking the MonsterVerse in a good direction, and I'm glad that from the looks of it, the upgrades for Godzilla and Kong aren't going to be armored suits. Now, there's still a chance they could be getting those mechanical upgrades. A lot of the leaks do describe a sort of cybernetic enhancement, but we're going to see what happens when the movie comes out. So Godzilla and Kong seem to be getting some upgrades, and we're going to look at Godzilla first here. So if this looks similar to Burning Godzilla, you would be correct, and this Godzilla is called Crimson King Godzilla. So looking at the figure itself, the red here on Godzilla looks a lot more red, and he doesn't look quite as fiery and burned out as he did in Godzilla King of the Monsters. This Godzilla here just seems to have some red in his chest and red spines, which I think is going to resemble what I think is called the Ultra Beam. I can't seem to get the name right from the Godzilla 90s movie where he had sort of a really powerful cosmic beam that he could shoot from his mouth that wasn't just Godzilla's, atomic breath. So yeah, Crimson King Godzilla. I mean, that's a pretty amazing name that seems like it comes from people who actually respect the character and don't want to turn him into something goofy, which cybernetic enhancements will definitely do. If Godzilla has a gun or anything like that, it's going to be really silly. Even the idea of Super Godzilla that we've seen before in the past is a bit much, which was apparently a concept that was cut from Godzilla versus Kong. So yeah, Crimson King Godzilla, and you can kind of see a picture of him down there in the corner, and you can definitely see here that is not Burning Godzilla. His eyes do not seem to be glowing red in the same way that Burning Godzilla was, and he doesn't seem to have any of the fire and lava and stuff like that was on any of the fiery lines and stuff that were all over Godzilla's body, where he pretty much looked like he was about ready to explode. They don't seem to have any of that here. You can see that his eyes are sort of glowing red there, but it's just not the same. It's clearly different, and you can see that, and I'm excited to see what this will look like in the movie. But the thing that got me the most excited was seeing the upgrades for Kong. So Kong looks like he is going to have some blue lines going across his arms, his forearms, and lightning blue eyes, which are going to be glowing, and I'll show another picture of that here. And that is also pretty awesome. That's pretty great, and that's going to be really cool to see in the movie. It seems like Kong as well is just getting more and more scars and more rugged looking as the movies go on. Now, another thing I noticed about Kong specifically here is that he looks to be a bit more black in color. Now, it could just be this figure, it could just be that art on the side of the box here, but he looks to be a lot more black in color than he was in Godzilla versus Kong, where he sort of had that more brown look that Kong had in the 1960s Godzilla vs. Kong movie. I think they were paying homage to that. This sort of looks a little bit more like the 2005 Peter Jackson Kong. And like I said, it's clear he's going to have some sort of atomic ability similar to Godzilla, whether that's a pulse, whether that's actually the lightning effects that Kong had in the old classic movie. We're going to see when this comes out. I'm thinking these are going to make for some pretty great designs, and really both of them look awesome, to be honest with you. Now, whether or not these abilities are going to come from the humans or whether they're going to come from them discovering new abilities in the Hollow Earth, we will find out. I feel like Godzilla could just have evolution versus actually getting enhancements from the humans, whereas Kong doesn't really seem like he would have any enhancements. He doesn't seem like anything. I mean, he seems like a giant ape. He doesn't really seem like he would evolve in that way. It seems like if he does get abilities, it would either be given to him from the Hollow Earth, from maybe touching a rock or a cosmic crystal or something that already has these abilities imbued into it, or straight up given to him by humans. Would I be totally against that idea? Maybe not, but I'm just really much more opposed to the idea of Godzilla and Kong getting armor, specifically Godzilla. Godzilla really does not need any sort of armor or biomechanical enhancements. Kong, on the other hand, I guess maybe could have a little bit of armor or something, but I don't think they need to go that route either. I think they're damn near jumping the shark if they do that. And I think them getting biological enhancements is much better if they have to be given enhancements by the humans. But comment down below what you guys think about these toy leaks. Now, the best part of this leak is not only seeing that Kong is going to get some new abilities. I mean, Godzilla getting a new form is cool too, but it looks kind of similar to something we saw in Godzilla King of the Monsters, and it's starting to feel like Godzilla just has like different Super Saiyan forms or something, I don't know. But with Kong, his abilities look to be more lightning oriented, or something that puts him on the playing field with the other Titans and is going to give him some glowing eyes. But we also have a leak for Shimu, who looks pretty cool and looks to be on all fours throughout the movie, which will be kind of dope to see. I mean, we'll see how it looks in the film, but what I notice about this is the difference in size between Shimu and the Godzilla and Kong figures. Shimu seems to be quite a bit smaller in comparison. I'm not sure if the figure is just off in size, like if the scaling of the toy is wrong, or if it'll actually be this small in the movie, but that's not something I'm too thrilled about. I can say now, looking at the design of Shimu, that he definitely looks like a mix of Space Godzilla and Anguirus. Obviously, we saw his outline in Call of Duty Warzone, but this is actually a much more detailed look at the character. He has these icy spikes on his back and on the top of his head, and he looks like a Godzilla on all fours, which looks cool, definitely, but it doesn't really compare. This is just my opinion, guys. Being honest with you here, like I said, I'm excited to see Shimu, but I don't think his design compares to like Space Godzilla. I think Space Godzilla is much cooler, and I'm just comparing their designs because Shimu seems like he's going to be the monster versus Space Godzilla. The leaks that I've covered in my other videos have sort of broken down the leak that says that Shimu is going to be an alien from space and that he is the first original Titan. So it means that the Titans actually came from another planet. That's a whole, rabbit hole to go down in and of itself. But the point is that his character sounds somewhat similar to Space Godzilla, and the design does have its resemblances of Space Godzilla, especially with the ice crystals on the back. But if this is what it is, I don't really think it compares. I would like to see him maybe a bit bigger, and I would like to see him standing upright. But this does kind of corroborate with some of the leaks which say that Scar King is going to be utilizing Shimu to destroy the world. So who knows, maybe Shimu isn't even an evil Titan, or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe Scar King will have to team up with Godzilla and Kong to stop Shimu, because Shimu will be the ultimate threat. But like I said, if his size scales here are accurate, I don't really think it goes too well with Godzilla and Kong, who do look pretty awesome in the movie. I really wish we could see some classic Toho monsters. I do like the idea of new monsters, of course, but seeing some classic Toho monsters would be pretty amazing. But overall, I'm excited for the movie, and there's another detail here that I noticed, which is that in the background, you see the pyramids, which makes me wonder if part of the movie will be set in Egypt, or if Egypt and the pyramids and the way they coordinate with the stars or something will be tied to the origins of the Titans, or the origins of Shimu, or something like that. I don't know. There's so much to say, there's so much to theorize about the character. We'll just have to wait till either more leaks come out or till we see the movie itself and trailers and such. So let me know what you guys think about the new designs for Godzilla and Kong, or the enhancements, I guess, to them. Let me know if you think there will be additional enhancements, like biomechanical enhancements as well. And let me know what you think about the design of Shimu and his size, specifically in comparison with Godzilla and Kong, if it's accurate or if it's not, because I kind of think it might be, and I think it's kind of a little small. I'm hoping that Shimu is actually similar in size, if not bigger, than both Godzilla and Kong. But there's no denying, when I saw these leaks this morning at work, they did get me excited, specifically the Kong. Kong looks awesome. He really does. Godzilla looks cool too, and Shimu looks interesting. We'll have to see how the character looks in motion. But yeah, you guys comment down below what you think about all this. And for this video, that's all I got. So until the next one, be safe and stay well. Bye-bye.
I'll be here when you get back. Not coming back, Chief.